Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Shokugeki no Souma. It is season 3, episode 16. It's, as always, in my descriptions. If you want to see the reaction itself, just go down, just take the links, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Well, sadly it was only the half. So sadly it was only the first part of this battle going on. Part of the preparations, I guess it's like 1 day, maybe 2 now. And they have 3 days to prepare. And I kind of hope that there are still other options what they will do. It's Hayama on the other side. It's Hayama working for Central, which is very surprising to me. As I already mentioned last time. I think, because they kind of, in my opinion, left on a good note. I mean, yes, Hayama always was the one that did beat Yukihira in the past. And he was cool with that, you know? He still seemed like a nice dude. He had his very own goals and followed them along. And I liked him. I still do. He was a great character and someone to look up to learn from. So it's a bit surprising that he seems to have changed now and is following Central. And I ask myself if maybe, just maybe, there's something like a deal in there. That he's like rescuing his group if he's able to punch out Yukihira. Which wouldn't be an easy thing for him. Just saying, I think he's nicer than he acts now. However, the battle plays in his favor right now. He is working with beer meat, something I didn't expect to see. Oh, that's very, very uncommon. And you do not really have a lot of that at your, as an option for cooking. Beer is something that is more and more rare all over the world, not just in Asia. It's everywhere. A species that's about to go extinct. So clearly it's a meat Yukihira has no experience with, and I think Hayama doesn't know it either. But he's way better with spices. So they go with the idea of getting the fragrance, getting the bad smell out of the beer by using spices to just counter it. Or to as Cougar later on said, using yogurt or something alike to weaken the smelliness. And I asked myself, is that the only option? I mean, in the past when there was beer more existing and people did hunt it, they did not have so much spice at their hand. They possibly just had like salt and normal regular spices from their area, not something very strong like from Asia as example. If I think about Europe, people possibly just roasted it, and in the Wild West when there were grizzly bears, those were known as having really good tasting meat. So what did they do? Is there something else to be done? And I ask myself if maybe the solution here is not using a bomb of spice on it, but instead go with its normal flavor and maybe use it in a different way to combine it with another flavor of another ingredient. And yeah, make it smelly, but in a positive way. I don't know how to say it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I hope that that there will be an option like that for Yukihira. An alternative, because at the end of this episode it is very clear that he is in a battle he cannot win, because he is still trying to use some kind of spice, some kind of berry to counter the effects, and that is something where Hayama is way better in. He cannot beat him on that playfield in my opinion. So what else, right? And then we have Cougar. So Cougar acts as though he's there to help, but he has his very own plan. There are 2 now. One is he told to Yukihira that he wants Yukihira to do a Shokugeki against Hayama, so that Hayama loses the 9th seat, and then he, Kuga, will beat Yukihira and thus get his 9th seat back. I think that's pretty weak from the idea, but maybe it's true. But then he would have lied to the girl. However, he told her that he's taking fun in making sure that the first class, so people like Yukihira, are failing. I don't think so either. I think he's playing his very own game. Maybe he is kind of really trying to help, and by doing so weakening Central, because he was expelled, you know, from the Elite 10. So that might be an option. But however, I'm not trusting him completely. But it's a good thing to have him there helping, and well, we will see where this is heading. We are on a 2-win streak right now for Hayama. It might be the 3rd, but it would end the journey. So I expect it to be a win for Yukihira, although, as I said right now, I don't see how. There are 2 options that might be possible. One is that he really pulls something out of his sleeves, brings in a surprise, like a specific kind of creating the food, as I mentioned, or combining it with something else. But that's something he did in the past, so maybe, just maybe. The other option is to find out what exactly is driving Hayama right now. How did that happen? What is happening now? What happened to his research group? And maybe that will help, as strange as it sounds, to weaken Hayama, to maybe bring him on his side, help him somehow. I don't know. We will see. Because apart from that, just by numbers right now, that's a loss. Pretty clear. So, he created kind of a burger, where only half of the meat is from the beer and the other half is beef. So, although that might have been rich in flavor and everything, it might be that the chef is, who's the judge, would count that as weakening the bear. Because if you only take half meat from the thing you should use and the other half is something else, it's weakening the original ingredient. It's like if you would have made, I don't know, a mixed dish where only a little, so like a soup or something like that, where there's a little bit of beer meat inside, but it's like 10% and the rest is potatoes and, I don't know, garlic and whatever he puts in. That would be like, yeah, it's a soup with a little bit of beer, but it is not really a beer soup anymore, you know? So I think the burger, although it's working fine, and the guys that tested it said you can taste the beer, I'm not completely sure about it. However, the use of Shizanra, I'm not sure about it, this 5-flavor medical herb, was a nice one. I just would wish they would bring those ideas of where he got his ideas from not in the same episode. Because it's okay, so he got it there, but it would have been nice if like 2 or 3 episodes ago, when they were learning in the dorm, they would have put in 1 or 2 episodes already those little hints or stuff that is coming in later on. It would have been nicer, because I would be sitting and would be able to be like, oh yes, I remember that. That would be cool. But so it's just convenient at the right time. It feels a bit like they're writing from one episode to the next one, you know? So a bit more consistency over the episodes would be cool. Yeah, that's about him. If I am unlucky, they will, however, not continue with this battle, which would be sad, but will go for the others who are being tested. I want to see them as well, so okay, but I'm kind of afraid they will just split it here and go for the other ones. We will see. That's it from me this time. I hope you liked. I I did for sure, as always. I really love this series. And until the next time, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and whatever else you want to do. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.